Let's be honest, Bluetooth audio is pretty outdated and it kinda sucks. You can't go very far from the speaker, a call interrupts the music, and you can only use one speaker at a time. It's time to level up your audio game because there is a better way. A way to have the same music playing throughout your home by multiple speakers in multiple rooms, even outside. So you can walk from your living room to the kitchen to outside and have a seamless musical experience from room to room. And all with no limitations on how far you can be and with no interruptions. I'm talking about whole home audio, and in this video we're going to go over 4 great options for different needs, as well as discussing the pros and cons of each to find the ecosystem that's best for you. Stick around. Perfect. Hey guys, it's the Villaman here, home theater enthusiast and lover of all things tech. And if you're a lover of music like me, then I have some great news for you. Today we'll be discussing some of the top contenders for Wi-Fi based whole home audio, which all cater to somewhat different needs. So we'll be looking at Sonos, Heos by Denon, Google Home, and Apple AirPlay, which all approach whole home audio in somewhat different ways, each having their benefits and pitfalls. For any of these systems to work, the device you're controlling it with needs to be on the same Wi-Fi network. That's how your device, whether it be your phone or a tablet, communicates with and controls the speakers. You can also connect one or multiple speakers at once, of course, and that's what makes Wi-Fi audio so awesome. Let's start with Sonos, a company that's been at the forefront of whole home audio for over a decade. One of the main benefits of a Sonos system is its compatibility with a wide range of music services, including but not limited to Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, and Amazon Music. This means that you can easily access all of your favorite tunes and playlists from one central location, that place being the Sonos app. The app is pretty intuitive and allows you to control your music from your smartphone, tablet, or computer. With it, you can select the speaker in whatever room you want to control and can easily switch between different rooms to adjust the volume, select music, and set other custom settings to create that perfect listening experience throughout your home. The benefit of the Sonos ecosystem is just that, it's an actual ecosystem which has a large selection of devices ranging from soundbars to smart speakers to smart amplifiers that can connect any regular old speaker and make them a part of your Sonos system too. That's great for anyone who, say, has an in-ceiling or outdoor speakers they want to add it to their system. The benefits aren't just limited to product selection though. Sonos also has the benefit of integration with a lot of other devices, like for example this brilliant smart switch that I have that gives anyone in the vicinity the ability to control it without the need to use their smartphones. You can see what's currently being played and can control each of your Sonos speakers regardless of which rooms they're playing in, which is pretty cool. They also have a bunch of speaker options depending on what you're looking for, but they recently launched their Era 100 and the larger Era 300 line of speakers with Dolby Atmos spatial audio support. The smaller Era 100 is better geared for smaller rooms like a bedroom, while the larger Era 300 would be great for your larger living space. The downside is that these speakers, although they sound really good and even have spatial audio playback capabilities, can be pretty expensive, so that can be a barrier for some. Next, we'll talk about Google Home, a smart speaker system that's powered by the Google Assistant. One of the main benefits of Google Home is its integration with other Google products such as Google Maps and Google Calendar. This means you can easily ask your speaker for directions, set reminders, and get real-time weather or traffic updates whether you are or aren't using it for playing music. You're also able to use the Google Home app to group speakers so that you can select that group when you're playing music, which then has all the speakers playing the same music throughout your home for a seamless experience. Another advantage of the Google Home speakers is their ability to connect with other smart home devices such as lights and thermostats, so you can use your voice to control these devices in any room that you have them in and create a seamless smart home automation. Though these speakers are typically less expensive, the smaller ones don't sound quite as good as the other speakers we're talking about today. So if you're a stickler for audio quality, then you may want to get their larger, better sounding speakers, which are a bit more expensive. Next up is Heos, or rather Denon Home speakers as they are now called, which also includes some great high performance speakers with a lot of bass and vocal clarity for music, and is a great option for people with a Denon or Marantz home theater receiver or soundbar. And that's because since it's their platform, all their AV receivers have the Heos functionality built in. The Heos ecosystem is very similar to the Sonos one, with support for multiple music streaming services, the ability to define and group rooms to play separately or together, but without the wide support of third-party devices that the Sonos has. But I think for anyone who has a Marantz or Denon home theater system or soundbar, then this would be the best choice and one that I would recommend for them, since you have another Heos device in your room for free. The Denon Home 150 is what you'd want to use for a room on the smaller side to medium size, like a bedroom or a kitchen, while the Home 250 or even the 350 would be more suited for a larger space like a living room. The downside is the app isn't quite as fully featured as what you'd find from the competition, and their speakers, like the Sonos ones we mentioned before, can be pretty expensive. This brings us lastly, but certainly not least, to Apple AirPlay, or more specifically Apple AirPlay 2, which is Apple's wireless streaming protocol that allows you to play music from your Apple devices on a compatible speaker. One of the main benefits of AirPlay is its ease of use. Once your AirPlay 2 compatible speaker is on your Wi-Fi network, you are good to go. You don't have to define rooms, just name them, and once you do, you can select one or multiple speakers to play your audio. Another great feature of AirPlay is its ability to play through any compatible speaker regardless of brand or system. So if you have a Sonos speaker in one room and a Heos speaker in another, then you can have them both playing the same music with AirPlay. The downside is whatever device you're playing from, whether it's your phone or a tablet, will need to always be within range of your network. Meaning that if you're, say, playing music and you had to step out to do a drink run or something, then if you're using AirPlay 2, once you leave your network, the music will stop because it needs a device to be present. Also, although phone calls interrupting your music is a thing of the past, if for some reason you want to watch or listen to something else for a bit, then whatever that is will start playing through your speakers. Yeah, I know, inconvenient, especially if you want to watch a quick video. Another downside is that you can only play audio from one source at a time, so no having different music playing in different rooms. The other platforms I mentioned before are all cloud-based, so you sign into your music services using their respective apps and control it from said app. That way the show goes on regardless of whether you're on your network or not. You just won't be able to control it if you're not on it, which isn't surprising. Now, I've personally had and used the Heos platform for years because I had a Denon receiver, and that kind of got me into their ecosystem. I had one receiver that could play music in my home theater, and I could also use the Zone 2 output of that receiver to power the patio speakers outside. Since then, I've upgraded my home theater and switched to Sonos for my whole home audio. You can watch the home theater tour video up there, by the way. In addition to my Era 100 and 300 speakers, I also bought a Sonos amp to power my patio speakers outside, and if I wanted to add my home theater to the mix again, then I need to get a Sonos port as well, which can make any receiver a part of your Sonos system, but yeah, it adds up pretty quickly. So which system is best for you? Well, each of these systems has its own unique benefits and limitations, like I mentioned, so it really depends on your specific needs and preferences. If you're looking for a wide range of music services and an intuitive app with some great sounding speakers, then the Sonos system is a great choice. If you already have a Heos compatible receiver, then using the Denon Heos speakers makes the most sense, since it also supports a bunch of music services in their app with great sounding speakers. While if you want a smart speaker that integrates with other Google products and smart home devices, then Google Home is the way to go. And if you are an Apple user who wants high quality audio streaming without committing to any one brand or ecosystem, then AirPlay is definitely the best option. There are, of course, a lot of alternatives that we didn't go into in this video, like smart multi-channel streaming amplifiers that can power and define several rooms at once from one device, so from Vessel Audio, for example, or even Anthem, but that's a video for another day. I've left links in the description if you'd like to learn more about or even buy any of the speakers I mentioned in this video. Let me know in the comments which one of these speakers you would want in your home and why. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't for more home audio and video content like this and more. Until next time, this has been your friendly neighborhood villain saying be safe and peace.